I had a challenge because I wanted to find out if I have a fault, maybe a faulty lithium battery within a bank of lithium batteries. So my challenge was how to find out if there is a dead battery or part of or few cells that is dead within a lithium battery in a bank of lithium batteries. Here we have 10 5.1 kilowatt lithium batteries, and an indication to find out if there might be a problem. That will be indication is when they are charging. This one is flickering on the third light, so if there's a variance, they all are flickering on the third light, which gives an indication that there might not be a problem. So it's a good indication. If there's a huge problem on a lithium battery while charging, the one might be charging on 3, the other lot might only be charging on 1. So if there's more than 2 lights difference, that is a good indication that while they are charging, the one is charging at 2 little green lights more, then that is a good indication there would be a problem. When you have done that and you don't find any fault, then there's another method where we put all the batteries off and under load, so you try and get your batteries as flat as possible, rather flat, and then you put in a certain machine that you plug in, and on your laptop, on the software there, you will find out if there is a dead battery or a few dead cells within that battery. Okay, what we're going to do now, we've checked the loading, and the loading is just 1 light apart, so now we're going to check the firmware.
Yeah.
So Paul, can you explain to us how we do that?
What we'll be doing is we'll be going through each individual battery, disconnecting it from all the other batteries so that it's an individual unit, it's not in the bank itself. And then we'll check that, make sure every one of these batteries has the same firmware, because if there is a firmware difference, that could also mean that the communication between the batteries is not 100%. So you want to make sure that if you're running a bank, especially if it's this large, that each battery has the same firmware. Because if you're able to do that, then you know that there's no communication issues between the batteries. Because as you know, that there might be certain coding that's different between the different firmwares, and that could cause an issue.
And how do we do it? What do we plug in here?
So we'll be switching off all the batteries and going individually, switching them on one by one. We'll be unplugging the communication ports, and we're plugging into the communication ports with the items and the communication cable that's been provided by the supplier. We'll be running their software, which is a monitoring software, which allows us to pull the software, pull the firmware version, as well as pull the serial number off of the unit. And we'll then take a screenshot, make sure we've got all the information, and see if there is a firmware difference.
Great stuff. Let's do it. Testing the batteries. What do we call that?
That's just the CAN connection cable.
The CAN connection cable. And if we look here,
so if you look at all of those there, those different cell voltages, that actually tells you what each individual cell is sitting at. So if you see that one of the cells doesn't register correctly, is very, very far away from the other cells, then it's a high likelihood that you have a faulty cell.
Okay, so with this method, you can find a dead cell or a dead battery or dead cell in a battery, and we can pick up if there is any problem if there is a lithium battery in a lithium bank. So that's basically the best way to find a dead battery or a dead cell in a lithium battery.
It's a bit time consuming, but it's the better way to do it.
Okay.